presents School is Now in Session.
Welcome to Homeschooled Podcast.
Homeschool.
The homeschool podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
It's time to document the journey. Hello and welcome back to Homeschool Podcast. I'm Agostino, Zoida. It's great to have you guys back here again. If you're still supporting this show, we really appreciate you. We know you got a lot of options out there for podcasts, so it means the world to us here at Homeschool Podcast. And we are going to talk a little shit today. I'm not going to take too much of your time, but before we get into it, I want to let everybody know that I do have a show coming up. The last episode we talked about how I was trying to take like a little break unless somebody hits me up and gives me something that I don't want to turn down. And guess what? That's what happened. Somebody hit me up and offered me something that I don't want to turn down. I will be playing the House of Comedy in New Westminster, BC, so in British Columbia, aka Canada, which is I don't know how the fucking map works. I guess it's Vancouver. So long story short, I'm in Vancouver, House of Comedy. I was there once before when I featured for Jimmy Schubert, and the club has asked me to headline Halloween weekend. So you guys can see me there. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 1 show Sunday on Halloween. I'm going to have something special for you guys planned because it's a Halloween weekend. We'll do something crazy. And coming out, you can get tickets on my website, homeschooledpod.com, or click on, or go to agostinocomedian.com. Same thing if you go to homeschooledpod.com, click on tour. Also, this episode is brought to you by a fucking rant that I'm about to do. Nah, just kidding. This episode is brought to you by True Dog. True Dog, we want to introduce them to the Homeschool Podcast. Brand new sponsors of ours. And being a dog owner, I just feel that this is so important because I can't stress enough the amount of junk crap that goes into dog food today. My dog has so many fucking allergies, and the more people I talk to, their dogs develop more and more allergies, and once they get them off the food, it gets better. And it just goes to show you that who knows what the fuck over the last couple of years they've been putting in dog foods, because I've had dogs my entire life and it was never this bad. So they're just putting more and more shit in these dog foods that you buy at the store. I mean, everything. The fucking treats, you don't even know what's in there. So you want to have a place that's going to send you natural, organic, you know what's in it. It's all real food. The treats is made from real meat. If you're going to give your dog meat, but make sure it's real fucking meat, not that Taco Bell shit that makes your dog break out in a rash and get diarrhea and shit all over your fucking carpet. It is so important for their health. My dog is 8 years old, and if you saw him, you would think he was 9 months. He looks fucking young because I walk him 2 to 4 miles a day, and we make his food. I use all natural ingredients. I've been making my dog's food from home for probably almost since I've had him because of all the shit that they put in food and his allergies and stuff. So and for the treats, I can't even get him treats. I got to go like special order treats and stuff. So that's why I'm so happy to work with True Dog. You can get dog treats and dog food, and they have stuff for your dog's dental care, which I know it's hard, and your dog to take care of your dog's teeth, and they can develop diseases and viruses and have even heart diseases because you're not taking care of your teeth. You're not brushing your dog's teeth twice a day, 3 times a day like you do yourself. Not to mention your dog hates it. They don't even want to let you brush their teeth. They have a spray, so they got treats that are good for your dog's teeth, but they have a spray. Just spray it on there. That's fucking it. And so that's what we're doing here. Guys, head to, you're going to support the show, so click the link in the description or go to my website, homeschooledpod.com. Click on sponsors. You'll see the banner for True Dog right there. That's the same place you're going to go when you want to get tickets to see me. Click on tour. When I go through our sponsors, click on sponsors. And just as simple as that. So I don't want to take too much of your time here today. We got a very simple topic that I want to address with you guys. It's a hot topic right now, and we are we are fanboy fucking stand-up comics on this show. We talk about stand-up comedy a lot, so how can we not talk about what everybody's talking about right now with this Chapelle special, and how could I not weigh in with my 2 cents? All right, so here you go. I'm spitting it at you. First of all, before I even watched the special, I already knew that this thing was bogus. Everybody's getting fucking pissed off about it. You know, people at Netflix are fucking walking out on a strike and shit like that. And I know you already heard this one, but that fucking documentary Cuties that's on Netflix, nobody protested shit. You got fucking 9-year-olds that are in a burlesque show, and there's a whole documentary about it, watching them twerk and stuff like that. People got mad. Not enough people, but like the people who actually pay attention were like, it's fucking inappropriate, and it's sexualizing children, and Netflix puts that shit up there, and nobody says shit. But you want to say shit about this fucking special, the Chappelle special, and you know, people want to get mad at things, but they won't stop watching Netflix. They want to cancel Chappelle, but they won't cancel Netflix. They'll sit there and you'll strike and you go, oh, he's transphobic, but then you're going to keep watching fucking Squid Games. Why are you canceling the person? You're supporting the network to put it on and is refusing to take it off. Alright, so already you're full of shit. I'm sorry, you're full of shit. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. I didn't even have to watch the special. I did watch it, but before I watched it, I already knew this was going to be horseshit. I already fucking knew going in. I already knew that most people who were upset about it didn't even watch it. They just heard about it. And then when they heard about it, they might have Googled the clip or read an article about what he said. Then you have people that watched it. And if you get offended by it, I don't understand. Like, personally, I didn't think it was offensive. I didn't think he said anything that was that bad. But then again, I'm not a trans person, so why would I be offended by it? But I personally didn't think that he said anything that bad. And if you really listen to a message, and you'll see what's something deeper than this. It's not a comic making fun of a group of people. There's a message in it, and it wasn't even a comic that made jokes. People, and people are getting mad, going like, "Oh, a comedian's supposed to make jokes. What are you getting mad for?" Yeah, that's true, but it wasn't even a joke. Can someone explain to me where the joke was? He was just addressing something that he went through his life. I thought he made some valid points about it, and I thought he made some points that you couldn't argue with. And here is what I have noticed, that when somebody makes a good point that you can't argue with, you want to cancel him. If he said some shit and there was no merit to it, like it didn't even ring true, and I was like, dude, you just made that up because it's a hacky, you're trying to make a hacky joke and shit like that. People don't even get mad. Just like, it's a stupid joke, But the fact that it's got merit and that it actually has meaning behind it, and it's true, if you argue with it, you're a fucking uneducated fuck. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but you got no argument here. You got no argument. Now, with that being said, who am I, or who is anybody to tell you how to feel? Who is anybody to tell you what should have offended you and what shouldn't offend you? Who are they to tell you that? It's your feelings. You're the one that decides what offends you or not. Who are they to tell you what you should feel? Now, same applies. Who are you to tell him, or any artist for that matter, what they can or can't talk about? And I've said this, this is all, we all know about cancel culture right now. We all know that it exists, and it's got to be stopped. And we know it's not going to succeed. It's not going to succeed. Last year, he did the special. They gave him shit when he did the LGBTQ bit. And people don't realize what you're doing. People don't realize a lot of things. First of all, I've been saying this forever. When you make a big deal out of nothing, and when you cry offended, and you put a phobic behind your group, a transphobic, a homophobic, when you put a phobic on somebody, that what you're doing is you're giving power to their words. And I've said this 100 times when we talk about cancel culture. To give power to someone's words is like, it doesn't help your argument. It doesn't help your movement. So you got to be able to sticks and stones the whole thing. Now, there's something to say to that too. You could say like, well, where do you draw the line? That doesn't mean that you're not supposed to stand up for yourself. Of course you can stand up for yourself. But, we got to draw the line somewhere of standing up for yourself and just giving that person that said the thing you didn't like power. You're giving their words power. Not only have you made it like one of the most trending things that people are talking about on social media and in real life, guess what? I hadn't even watched the special yet. But after you guys hyped it up and you cried offensive, I had to go watch this special. And that's all you're doing. There's no such thing as bad publicity. You get him even more followers. Maybe he lost 2,000 followers, but he gained 1 million. Out of a group of 10, I've performed in groups of crowds of only 10 people. I've performed in crowds of only 1 people. I've performed for 0 people. But out of a group of 2, maybe none of them will get offended or all of them will get offended. Out of a group of 10, maybe 1 person will get offended. Out of a group of, I've done shows for 25, maybe 2 are offended. I've done shows for 200, 2 people were offended. You get where I'm going. The bigger your audience is, the more you are in the public eye. I mean, look at Dane Cook. Not that, I mean, I don't know if Dane Cook has said anything recently or in the past that was extremely offensive to anybody, but I know that he was, before like this whole like Netflix specials era, Dane Cook was probably like one of the biggest comics around. I mean, he blew up when Facebook blew up, and he got a lot of grief all the time. He got people coming after him saying he stole jokes, and the truth of the matter is that whether you like him or not, he inspired a lot of comedy because he kind of put comedy back on the map. And I just remember he was kind of a caricature. Like, people were always making him the butt of a joke. They would make fun of him a lot, and or people would say he wasn't funny or rude or offensive, whatever it was. I remember that he was always kind of in the spotlight. And whenever you've got big numbers and you're number one in your profession, when you're like one of the top, if not the top fucking number one person in your profession, that's like more opportunity for people to not like you. There's always going to be something that not everybody's going to agree, not everybody's going to fucking like it. You know something, guys? I don't like fucking Indian food. Some people love Indian food. I don't like it. Personally, I don't like fucking Indian food. I don't like the colors. It grosses me out. Everything's yellow and orange. I fucking can't stand curry. The smell and taste of curry. I find the smell of curry offensive. As offensive as a racial slur. If I walk into a room or a restaurant and that curry hits me in the face, I will leave the restaurant. I don't want to eat anything that if somebody cooks with curry. Now, are you going to tell me that I shouldn't be offended by curry? It's just a fucking spice. Maybe you're right. But who's to tell me what offends me? I find it offensive. I'm an Italian. I like good food. I think that has a fucking weird odor. I find it offensive. It's an offensive odor, all right? It's an offensive taste. So, what do? Am I going to go into an Indian restaurant, fucking sit down at the table, and when they bring me Indian food, I'm going to go, I can't believe that these people are serving Indian food in here? No. I just don't go into an Indian restaurant because I know I don't like it. I've had people invite me to go out with dinner with them, and they go, hey, let's try this Indian place. It's great. Listen, if you like Indian food, I'm sure it is great. I don't like Indian food. I ain't going in there. But every now and then, you have people that bring you to a comedy show, and you didn't know what you were walking into, or you don't know what's going on. I've had to sit there and eat some meals with people that I don't fucking like, or that I didn't like the meal. You know what I mean? I've had to go to meetings before, and I don't eat meat. So everybody's sitting there having hamburgers or whatever the fuck they were serving, or cold cuts, making, sandwiches and shit. And I had to sit there and not eat anything, and because I don't eat meat. So you're just gonna sit there and watch everybody else fucking chow down like savages, and you're there like all fucking hungry, and I'm sitting there drinking your water. So you gotta sit through shit sometimes. You agreed to go to this thing that you didn't research. So if somebody invites you to something, research. If somebody says, watch this, look into it, or see what that person is all about, or, but a lot of you people didn't even watch it. You just heard, and got offended and then you branded somebody transphobic. Now, let's talk about, let's not go too off here, because I still want to stay on just for a second, the power that you're giving people. You're giving his words power. And personally, I didn't think he said anything that offensive. But if you're saying it offended you, fine. But you're making such a big deal out of it, and people don't understand that you're giving it power. You're making it this beast. Do you remember when, you go to like a record store, or remember like when, I don't know, I'm fucking in my 30s, so I grew up going into like a Tower Records or a Best Buy and buying CDs. And when you saw that parental guidance warning on a CD, it gave that CD merit. It gave that CD like, oh, I bet you this is good, this is badass. Like, when you're a kid, warning parental guidance, you're like, fuck yeah, I want to listen to some. You're giving something value. And people don't understand that when you're putting that warning there, that's selling. So you've got this thing that you're doing. You're coming after someone, going like, well, you use bad language in your album, and you talked about drugs, and you talked about sex. So we're going to brand your album parental advisory or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? But it's giving value. Again, there is no such thing as bad publicity. Again, if you didn't see the special and then you heard all this hype about people being offended, guaranteed you went, well, now I gotta go watch this special. And maybe some of you are gonna agree that it was offensive, or you didn't like what he said, but I guarantee you the majority loved it. I guarantee you the majority was just like, yeah, I agree with him, or this is funny, I like Chappelle, this is my type of humor I like. Because again, it's all a numbers game. If you play a room of 100, fucking 2 or 3 people ain't gonna like you. It's a numbers game. And when you're talking those big guys, Seinfeld, Dane Cook, Chappelle, Rogan, these guys that are like, some of the most famous names, Kevin Hart. When you think of stand-up, you think these names. When you get to these guys' numbers that they're doing, you're opening, you have more chance for people to not like you. So you got, 10 million followers, fucking 500,000 of them are going to want to cancel you or not like you or unfollow you or whatever. So, I've got, almost 2,000 followers on my Instagram. I'm small potatoes, but, every now and then I'll see like I lost 5. I'm like, what the fuck did I post the other day that offended people? They unfollow me. But I can imagine I've talked shit. But still, the majority likes this shit. Do you understand? It's on Netflix for a reason. If it was not doing well numbers, the Netflix guy, CEO, would have said, yeah, take it down. It's too offensive, and I sided with them. But he kept it up and said, I apologize, but we're not taking it down. Because it was doing numbers. It's a part of a contract that they have with him to have it up. It's doing what it was supposed to do. If it wasn't doing numbers, they would have taken it down. So all you're doing is hyping something up, giving something power, and you're allowing people to know. I personally don't think he's a transphobic person. If you watch the thing, I don't think you'll see that either. I think that he brings up a lot of valid points, talks about his friend who was a trans person, and shared his views on it, and why they attacked him, and why they don't like him, or why, his history with it. And I personally don't think that he's a transphobic person. That's what I read off of it. But, Anyway, I lost my train of thought there, but you get where I'm going with this. Is that okay? Sorry, I'm back on my thought. My thought was where I was getting at is that I don't think that he's even a transphobic person, but he's just saying these things. Now, you gave it power that this person is offensive and he shouldn't have said that, and you want to start a fucking walkout, and you want to do a movement and all this shit and cancel a man or cancel an artist. Now people who actually are transphobic, you're just making them like him, and he's probably not even transphobic. But you're making real transphobic people like him and support him, and they'll probably go to his shows and fucking, buy his tickets and stuff like that, and make him even more rich and famous and popular. You probably, you probably got a million new fucking views or followers, and he lost 5,000. Do you see what I'm getting at here? And most of you probably didn't even unfollow him if you're offended by him. And you'll probably watch his next special because you love to hate. You love to hate on, and you go, I can't wait to see what we can catch him in this. You know you love it. You know you love it. If you were really about peace, then you would work towards more peace. And if you don't agree with what he said, then go write your own fucking stand-up special and get on stage. And no one said you got to have a Netflix special. Get on stage and spread your message through whatever art that you want to do, or get on YouTube and spread your message. Fight his message with your message. But you can't cancel a person. I don't understand this. It's not going to succeed, but these people that try to cancel people, I'm just like, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had a subscription to me. You're not going to cancel Netflix, though, are you? You just want to cancel me. You just want to try to convince the entire world that they shouldn't like me anymore. Let me tell you guys something. If that worked, I would love to convince people not to like people anymore. There's about 1 billion comics out there that are overhyped. Not 1 billion, but there's a fucking, there's a bunch of fucking comics out there that you guys think are funny. To be honest with you, I've been a comic for almost 13 years. I see these guys live. I don't know what people are thinking when they give them specials. I don't know what people are thinking when they tell me that they're funny. They're not as educated in stand-up. They're not growing up in it like I did. They're not constantly around it. I know, I'm not saying no names, but hacky fucking comics, hacky fucking comedians, or just not funny. If I could, I would convince a bunch of you to stop liking this and try to show you, the media and TV is just going to show you who you should think is funny, and you don't really know about some of the fucking savages that I know that are brilliant artists. You guys don't even know about them because you just follow who someone puts in your face that this person is famous. So if I can get people to stop liking someone, I honestly would. But this is what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to get people to stop liking someone, to cancel them, and it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. If you want to cancel something you've subscribed to. Cancel your fucking Netflix subscription, but you're not going to do it. You're going to watch Squid Games, and you're going to watch the new fucking Cuties documentary that comes out. You're going to watch the fucking, I don't even know the name of it, the one where the fucking lady's wife killed the tiger trainer guy, whatever fucking shit that these fucking sheep are watching. It's mindless television. You just keep people point their aggression in the wrong place. If you're anti fucking rape or pedophilia, you still go and watch whatever it is, YouPorn or fucking whatever one of those big ones are, where they have had underage women in those videos, and the fucking company doesn't even take them down. People post some of that stuff themselves, and the fucking company doesn't take them down. Now, you might go, well, I'm not going to watch those videos, but you're still watching the company's videos. You're still supporting the company. You're just putting the aggression in the wrong place. You actually have a subscription to Netflix, but you're not canceling that. You're trying to cancel a human being who's an artist and getting their words out there, and there was a message in that you missed. If you're offended, you missed the message, and it was a message of trying to, let's forgive each other. I have a history for some reason of being phobic, and you have a history of calling me that, and let bygones be bygones. I don't hate you. How about you guys don't hate me? And it was, and within it was a lot of good points. Sometimes good people like to settle things without an apology because they don't feel they need to apologize, because an apology would admit that they did it in the first place, which I don't think that he ever had any hate in his heart. If you know any stand-up comics, most of us don't have any hate, even when we make fun of things. So stop trying to cancel a person. If you don't like what the fucking network put on, cancel the network, but you won't, because you're full of shit. So knock it off of fucking trying to cancel people and artists. And with that being said, like I said, if I could convince you to not like somebody, I would, because there's fucking way more talented people than the ones that are on your television set. But I can't do that. And for example, I said I wouldn't give you any names. I will give you a name. Fucking Dave Chappelle. Personally, I don't think he's that funny. With everything I'm saying here today, the message I'm getting across is fuck cancel culture. Fucking let an artist do what an artist wants. He made some great points, but to be honest with you, there's also a lot of stuff that he said in there that I don't agree with. But I gotta agree with every single thing every person says? I personally thought it was one of the worst specials he's ever done, and I didn't think it was funny at all. That's my personal opinion. But what am I gonna do? Fucking protest? I don't give a shit. Well, I'm a comic and I could have done a better special. Yeah, okay. You're gonna do a better special than fucking Chappelle. Just shut the fuck up. Don't subscribe to somebody that you don't like. And when they do something you don't like, you ain't got to worry about it because you're not subscribed to them. Again, that's not to say that you shouldn't stand up for yourself when people fucking attack you or make fun of you. But you got to know where to draw the line. Because that's a fine line of standing up for yourself and just trying to cancel somebody. Let's all grow up. Let's all fucking grow up. We're artists, and I do not support the communism that people seem to be supporting in this country and welcoming it. I don't like people telling people what they can do with their body, and I don't like telling people what they can say. Somebody makes fun of you, like how, again, going back to you're just giving it power. You've learned this since you were a child. When you were a little kid, you learned this. Your parents or somebody used to tell you, or teachers or somebody. When somebody picks on you or makes fun of you, if you let them know it bothered you, then they're going to keep doing it, and they're going to keep doing it worse and worse and worse. Like last year, everybody got mad at him for the LGBTQ bit, and he came back even worse now and went even deeper into it. When you let somebody know it bothers you, they're going to go after it more, especially when his numbers just went up. No such thing as bad publicity, people. So again, you should have learned this when you were a little kid. Somebody makes fun of you, if you fucking pretend it didn't bother you, they ain't going to do it no more. You just, somebody comes up to you and fucking makes fun of me. Yeah, you fucking stupid patriots and shit like that. They suck. I'll laugh. I go, yeah, they do fucking suck. Somebody comes up to me and goes like, you fucking beard is stupid. You can't grow a full beard. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Somebody's making fun of you. Someone's bullying you and shit like that. I'm not saying you shouldn't stand up for yourself. You got to make the call. But if somebody's just teasing you or they make fun of you, as soon as you let them know that it hurts you, they'll do it more. And if you fucking just laugh it off and you just go like, yeah, man, fucking gotta lose some weight or whatever the fuck, they'll stop doing it. We all know this works. We all know this fucking method. And again, that doesn't mean you can't stand up for yourself, because if something really does bother you, you don't think that a person should be, putting that out there in the universe when nobody else is around. Because in front of people, you go, like it doesn't bother you. But when nobody else is around, you take them aside and you go, hey, just so you know, don't do that shit again. And that's how you stand up for yourself. But see, you guys don't want to stand up for yourself when it's face to face with somebody. You want to stand up when it's a whole audience to try to cancel someone. You want to cancel somebody? Cancel your fucking Netflix. Otherwise, you're fucking full of shit. And let's be careful not to cross these thin lines. And that's my message for today, you guys. That's it. I wanted to talk about cancel culture. I want to talk about the new Chapelle special, which is everyone's all hot and bothered about. And I want to get that out there, that I know a lot of artists listen to this podcast. And just fucking don't ever let anybody hold you down, man. You're going to weed out people that aren't into you as long as you stay true to yourself as an artist. Talk about what you want to talk about. Stay true to you. And at the end, the people that like you are going to be the only ones in your audience. Until you get really, really big like Chappelle. And then you're just playing with numbers. So, but either way, stay true to your art. And that's the message for today. And knock it off with this fucking cancel culture. And that's it, you guys. If you want to come out and support me in British Columbia, fucking Vancouver this weekend and Halloween weekend, I will be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's the 29th, 30th, and 31st, Halloween. I'm going to try to do something special for you guys because it's Halloween. And you can get tickets at homeschoolpod.com. Click on tour. Don't forget our new sponsors, True Dog. Get some treats. Make sure you know it's all good, natural, healthy stuff that you're giving your dog. Get some fucking spray for their teeth. Take care of your pets. They'll live a lot fucking longer. And you're supporting the show. Click the link in the description. Or again, homeschoolpod.com. Thank you guys for listening to this show. Have a fucking great week. Stay safe out there. Fucking check the candy for razor blades and fucking shit. You know, let your parents do that shit. And that's it, everybody. I'm Agostino Zoida. Please continue to come back here and support this show where we document the journey. Please hit subscribe. And don't forget that only love can save the world. This is Homeschool Podcast. See you guys next time. Homeschool Podcast.
Homeschool.
The homeschool podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to do that at all.